Okay, so we've mashed in, reached the temperature that I wanted. I had it at about 160, then I put the grain in. About 28 pounds of grain went in here. As you can see, it's beautifully nice and dark, almost good enough to drink right now. Has a nice little head building even just as it is right now. Got the hot liquor tank, it's up to about 170, and it will keep going up just a little bit more, so I've got it so when I get ready to start pouring, drawing off from the grain, and I'll have a nice about 167 or so to rinse the grains with. But I thought you all probably wondered, what does Cowboy Tom drink while brewing a beer? Well, it's pretty obvious. He drinks a big ass beer. This mug comes from Big Nose Kate's in Tombstone, Arizona. So if you ever get a chance to come out this way, make sure you go visit Kate and get yourself a big ass beer mug. This that's in there is my red ale. I just put it in the fermenter. Usually I can't wait for it to get carbonated to start drinking it, so I start drinking right away. This was a Bass clone that I started with, and then I kept doctoring it until I got to where I like it. Now when I drink a Bass, it tastes funny to me. But if you'd like to know the recipe, just put a note down below and I'll let you know what my recipe is for the red ale. It's really, really good. One good looking guy there. Some of my animals. Well, my temperature started to climb a little bit, so I had to open up the garage door to get it to come back down to where it belongs. It's right where I need it. But I thought you guys might want to see the view. This is my view that I see as I'm sitting here brewing. And so what a beautiful sight we have. Neighbors kind of not very close, so that's nice. Mountains off into the background. And absolutely beautiful day today. Hoping we get rain to help with this grass out here. But very nice, beautiful day. Take another look at the. Oops, slow it down a little too much. There we go. So I got it just coming out of there slowly, just enough to keep cycling it around. Building the grain bed. Don't really have to boil off because I've continually keep cycling it, building the bed. And so when I get ready to transfer it into the boil kettle, it'll be nice and clear for me. Okay, we'll wait an hour and I'll come back and we'll move it over to the boil kettle. As I'm sitting here, I thought you guys, boy, this is two of the Riptide pumps running side by side, and you can barely hear them. So nice and so quiet. See, one's circulating the water around in the hot liquor tank so I don't get any hot spots, so it stays even temperature all the way through. And then the other one is you can see the coming in from the mash tun, coming down and going into the pump, around up over into the Herms coil, out and back into the top of the mash tun, and here it is, holding it right at 151 degrees. Exactly what I like. And so we got about another 45 minutes to go. Got the fire adjusted down real low on the hot liquor tank, so it just maintains the temperature. In about another 15-20 minutes I'll take and start cranking it up so I can get it up to hot enough temperature that I don't know if you can see that or not. Get it up so it's hot enough that I can go ahead and rinse the grains as I'm transferring it over into the boil kettle. Okay, so I've got the sparge going now. I've got water to a little over about 180, which will drop 10 coming into here. Going into the grain to help rinse that off. I use the paddle to occasionally give a little stir to the top of it. I've got the water coming from the hot liquor tank going down around through the pump up into the Herms coil. So now I'm cleaning out the Herms coil and then bringing it back up into the tank, and we've got now clear water going into the Herms tank, or into the mash tun. I keep the water so it stays pretty constant where it's at right now. As I'm draining off, you can see it's going pretty slow. Just a light trickle going into the boil kettle. Comes up just a little teeny bit more, I'll fire up the burner underneath it. And I'm going to keep this going until it gets down to about 9 gallons. Give me to where I've got enough to come up to 18 gallons in here, 18 or 19 gallons in the boil kettle. Where are we at now? See if I can find the numbers. There's the numbers there, but we can't see them because of the steam very well. Just about up to the temperature probe. When it hits up there, I'll fire up the gas burner and start heating this up. See if it's started coming up. Yeah, it started coming up already. I'm sure it'll go up pretty fast once the liquid gets to the probe. Still got about another ½ inch to go. So I've added a hops basket on the side here of the boil kettle, and I've poured in, I don't know if you can see them, poured in some cocoa flavoring to help give it a better chocolatey flavor. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Let's see if we can see this. We're up to 11, 12, 13, almost 13 gallons now. And I've got the burner going. I've got the pump circulating it. And when we bring it up to a boil, I'll throw in the basket, I'll throw the hops, Kent Golding's hops, at 60 minutes, 30 minutes, and 20 minutes, and then at flame out. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so the chocolate stout is done. I've transferred it to the fermenter, and coming down in temperature. It's got a couple of more degrees to go. I got it set to be at 70, and you can see there's the stout in the glass. below. It's already it started fermenting the second I put it into the overflow and the airlock, and it's doing pretty good. So I'll wait about a week till the fermenting should be about done by then, and then I'll add one more Ken Golding's hops in there to do a dry hop. I'll do a sample test to see how it tastes. I got one more bag of the cocoa nibs that I can put in there if it doesn't have enough of a chocolate flavor to it. But there you go. You can see I've got the heater chiller hooked up to it. I've got it set so the chiller will come on at 70, I think it's 74. And then the heater in there's in the bottom of the tank. And I've got them daisy chained together. So it's got cooling down both beers. This one's at 70, 72. I guess it's a little warmer because of this one. But we'll wait a week, see how it goes. I'll do a review of it when it's done. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you like what I show you, please join the channel, subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, put them down below, and I'll respond to them as quick as I see them. Thanks.